I'm done. And I'm probably going to catch some flack, but you know what? I don't care. I sat with y'all for some time watching hundreds, if not thousands of videos per week for years. And all I hear are complaints, delusions, a lack of accountability, and on top of all that, brutal hostility toward men. For Christ's sake, we're demonizing them and making mockery and thinking it's funny. That's not going to get us anywhere. We post these articles about men suffering, going through it, and we laugh. What I'm seeing is just so much ugliness and laughter and mockery. These are our men, whether it's your man or whomever's man or no one's man. These are our opposites. These are our boys. These are our men. What do you want for them? Horrors? Suffering? Is that what we want for our men? I find that so many people, whether it's the red pill or the feminists, they go too far. It goes to an extreme. And next thing you know, we're tearing at each other. And truthfully, I don't want any part of it because it sounds crazy with a heavy lack of accountability and just damning everything.
Now, what she said is completely correct. And women, they just don't understand how much damage it does when all you do is sit around all day bashing men and putting down men. It's been going on for so long now, and it's just doing nothing but pure damage. And as a woman, it's impossible for you to understand how that's breaking down men. Men are not like demonizing isn't a strong enough word to describe what men have been going through, especially these last couple of years. Men have been put out and seen. They've been described as straight monsters, and it's just not true. And I don't know how women, no matter how little common sense, I don't see how you can rationalize the talk and the description and all the bad mouthing about men. I don't see how you can rationalize that, but women have found some way to rationalize it. And now we're in a world where if you're a man, you got to be even more careful, because if you look right, you look left, you might get talked about. You might get accused. Every woman, you got to be wary of every woman, because these are the type of things that's happening to men for no reason, absolutely no reason. And it's sad to watch. Now, something that I completely disagree with, though, because she mentioned the red pill and about both sides clashing, and it's gone too far. I completely disagree with her on that, though. Men have been put in a corner. She just described the corner very well. So it seems like you have enough understanding to know that men are going through it pretty bad, where all this toxic feminism is concerned. But for some reason, you think that men are going too far. Men don't do anything besides red pill. All men do is sit there and talk about all the things that you would sit there and agree with. So I don't see, because men don't badmouth women. It's not badmouthing to point out what they're doing is wrong, and that pointing out the things that women are doing that's bad. It's all true. So I don't see how you can come up with men, are going too far with bad mouthing women. I completely disagree with that. But other than that, I agree with everything else she said.
It is totally okay that you don't want children. It is totally okay that you do not want to depend on a man. It is totally okay that you do not want a family. But what you don't get to do is attack the nuclear family. What you don't get to do is demonize masculinity because you don't know how to be in a copacetic balance and harmony with it. See, all of us that want a family, we understand that societies thrive when there's two healthy parents that can create a healthy masculine and feminine balance in the home. If you are a true feminist, you would be teaching and influencing women to honor their femininity so that they don't feel like masculinity is an attack.
I agree with that too. It's like, look, if you don't want a family, that's fine. There's plenty of men that don't want a family, don't want kids. There's nothing wrong with that. But for you to badmouth and attack women who do, and men, it just doesn't make any sense, especially women. Like, why? I just don't understand. If you're a woman these days and you want kids and you want a husband, a good man, you're attacked. Like, I don't even see how you can, how do you make sense out of that decision? Because there's a lot of women who do that. And if you want a good man, now you're called a pick me among other names that I just don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. What's wrong with wanting what history has proved has been the norm for all of history, all time? This is factually proven that men and women have been getting in relationships, and it's kept the earth going throughout its entire duration of being here. It just doesn't make any sense.
We are living in a world that is increasingly anti-man. While we are pretending that women are suffering under the foot of the patriarchy, what's actually happening is that toxic feminism has risen to the top and is actually oppressing men with movements that make entirely no sense. It's why I was so outspoken against the Me Too movement, where men were being condemned for absolutely no reason. We covered recently on the show examples of toxic feminism. The young lady, Jonah Hill's ex-girlfriend, 25-year-old, who saw that he was happy and in a relationship and decided to leak personal text messages where he very politely conveyed to her what he was looking for in a relationship, and that she wasn't it because she likes to post naked photos online and he wants somebody that is in spirit more conservative, right? And he found that person.
Now, this is insane. I mean, I don't. This man, you got to be careful with every single move that you make, especially with these text messages, because women will find a way to turn them against you. It's been done too many times for men not to know about this at this point. You can't. You honestly can't even send a text message no more. Jonah Hill did something. I think we would all consider, because we all have a little bit of sense, I think we would all consider this pretty normal. Look, if this is, I want a relationship with you, but if you can't do A, B, and C, there's nothing we can do. And if you go back and read what he said, it wasn't anything that difficult. It was very normal what he had asked for. This is going to be his woman. He doesn't want her doing A, B, and C. And she instead took the messages and posted them online and tried to demonize him and make him look bad, like he was oppressive and abusive. This is insane. At this point, you just got to stay away, because men aren't going to keep dealing with this forever.
That is an example of toxic femininity, trying to ruin somebody's career because you weren't what they wanted, and trying to make it seem as though, as she tried to characterize his messages, he's an emotional abuser. No, he just doesn't want to date you.